Pollock here. Today I'm going to teach you how to make tortoise chow. What I have with me today is some baby spinach and baby kale. I don't know what this is. I think it might be bok choy, romaine lettuce, broccoli, grapes, cauliflower, carrots, yellow squash, I don't know the name, green squash, little grape tomatoes, apple. Then I also have this natural grassland tortoise food because I put a little bit of that in there. Then I have this because you're supposed to spray the tortoise food. And then also you want to have some reptile calcium. I know with vitamin D3 is not the best, but it still works. And then you're also going to need to have a cutting board. So I have 2 tortoises, so I'm going to be making 2 tortoise chows. And I just use a paper plate. So what you're going to do first is, what I like to do first is get my romaine, because the romaine's kind of like the, I have a smoothie right here. Let me take a sip. Romaine lettuce is kind of like the base. Out of all the lettuces, you're probably going to put the most in here. And this is a stable diet for African sulcata tortoises. I don't know about this with other tortoises. It might be just fine for other tortoises, but I'm not going to say. Well, after I have these, I'm going to leave a little spot on the side, which is going to be right there. And this one's going to be right there, where I'm going to put the grassland tortoise food. So, and I'm going to add that right now, actually. So let me get my grassland tortoise food. Now this can apparently be a stable diet for your tortoises. Like, you can just give them this stuff all the time. But I feel like that's not really the best thing to do, because they would obviously rather have a bunch of other stuff. So now I'm going to get my water and just kind of spray it down. My baby spinach and my baby kale. Now, the other stuff besides romaine for the lettuces, I really don't like to do that much. But they do need quite a bit of greens. So, put that in the use pile. Now, I think this is bok choy, but I know it's not romaine lettuce or anything that we've used yet. So, just get a little bit of that. 1 second. Okay, that's a lot. Let me see. Well, it looks edible. I don't know, I'm just going to put a little bit on there. Okay, so now let's move on to like the fruits and such. So first off, I'm going to get an apple, and I'm going to be using one of these handy dandy apple cutters today. Obviously, you don't have to use one, you can just cut it by hand, but I like these. Oh gosh, this is not working. Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Okay. And I like to give them each half of a banana, so I cut it in half, and then I cut each half like into thirds. I just get a carrot and chop it up into little pieces. It is different though, but just buy a bunch of stuff at the store and see if they like it. That's what I do. A lot of times when we go to the store, I just get a bunch of random vegetables and stuff that they can eat. Pretty necessary. They need to eat a lot. Piece this big of each, just like that's good for one tortoise. But they can have some, I mean, as long as you don't give them as much fruit as you give the other stuff in their diet, it's fine. So, my little grape tomatoes, they each get 3 of these. Okay guys, now that you have all of your fruit and stuff in your diet, it looks pretty nice. But what you're going to want to do now is get your calcium. Is just get the calcium, and just tap some over everything so that it gets nice and calciumized. Now, the one that has a little bit more stuff in it. Since I have one tortoise that's 2 years old and one that's like fur, my one that's fur gets more food than the little guy. Now, sadly, right now, my big boy is living inside because we're getting a pool put in our backyard right now, and he can't really live out there with that. So we have them in this big tub with the heat lamp and a water dish and just hay as a substrate. And they can eat hay too. I mean, they can live off of grass, which is cool, I think. But I don't make them live off of grass, obviously. So now let's take this up to the little guy. Hello, Splickety. Hi, baby. There you go, Splickety. See that? Okay. This is my little girl that's going to go outside. I'm going to put her out in the spring. But yeah, so that is how to make a tortoise chow. Let's go see how Speedy's doing on his. He stepped on his foot so he could get to the broccoli, I think. But yeah, so that is how to make a great tortoise diet for your tortoises. I would recommend feeding that to your sulcatas every day to every other day. I feed mine every single day. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this video, guys. Just remember to lick that like button, and bye, Felicia!